Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University in Exiles, issue number 3. This is the first appearance of Peggy Carter as Captain America. It's not what I thought it was. I thought it was the version from the game, the daughter of her and Steve Rogers. In actuality, she's a character they explain at the end of the book that Dr. Erskine and Captain America were assassinated and she stepped forward for Project Rebirth. Cool, but she dies at the end of this, so who cares? I don't think this is going to count for anything for a first appearance. Doesn't mean anything, but who knows? A whole bunch of things happen in here. There was one part where they actually have an octopus guarding the sea, and if you're a Beatles fan, you fell in love with that immediately. But immediately after that, it got eaten. So who cares? And then other things happened, and that got eaten. And then there were other things that happened, but then that got eaten. So who cares? Every single thing about this comic book, who cares? Not a single thing happened that actually matters. Nothing. Nothing. Except maybe the scene where Nick Fury ran across. But that might also be a nothing. Who cares? Everything got eaten. I don't see the point of this comic book. I actually started reading ahead because I'd get interested. Like the Atlantis thing was so interesting to me. I started reading it, and then all of a sudden it's just like it's 2 panels long, and we actually got to see Morph. It's like, oh, that's her Morph. That's actually Blink's Morph. So Age of Apocalypse one doesn't matter. None of it matters. There's not a single thing that matters in this comic book. Nothing, because it all gets eaten. So who cares? That's pretty much what the grade of this comic book should be. It's a who cares minus. So disappointed in this comic book. At the end, everybody dies. Not really. Peggy Carter dies. And then everybody else is going to go over to here. And it's going to be, you remember that version of the Thing as Blackbeard from the Fantastic Four comics? Way back in the day? Excuse me. When they found Dr. Doom's time machine for the very first time? That's totally awesome. But that's going to get blinked out of existence too. So who cares? One of the dumbest lines I've ever seen in a comic book were in here. The Talus was damaged, so it can't navigate. But the worst part is, it can't navigate. No, seriously, that was the line. And it made no sense. And it came from Iron Lad. Yeah. So I was honestly more disappointed than anything else with this comic book. Like, seriously disappointed. There were a lot of fun moments in here, but nothing sticks. So what's the point? What's the point of this comic book? If I don't get a point to this comic book real soon, I'm talking by like the first couple pages of the next issue, because I'm not going to actually buy the comic book if it's not going to actually tell me something in the first couple pages. Seriously. Very disappointing. Anyway, I'm just going to let it go at that. No need for a grade. If you guys liked it, cool. But for me, I actually need some substance that actually matters in my comic books. And this was just, if this was a TV show, it would be fun because I don't have to put my mind into it. But it's a comic book. I'm reading it. And then it just kind of falls apart. So, Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.